Ambrosio Lorenzetti painted a series of frescoes that came together and formed the Allegory of Good and Bad Government. This painting shows the figures that represent aspects of government. In the side of good government, justice is an allegorical personification of moral force. She possesses a partial power of government through her scales that weigh the evidence presented to her. The blindfold represents impartiality because it enables her to be objective to the issues among the citizens. The left scale holds an angel representing distributive justice that makes sure to deal with the allocation of good. The right scale of justice shows commutative justice, which ensures that there is equality of value. Then, on the side of bad government, justice is shown to be tied up without the support of her scales. Without the scales, evidence would not be able to stand on its own. Evidence that an imbalance in the economy has a negative impact on U.S. citizens. Evidence shows that an imbalance in the economy has a negative impact on U.S. citizens, more specifically, the 81% of adults who live in middle and lower income households. That is more than half of the U.S. population who struggle against poverty due to the lack of job opportunities. Trading Economics reported that the U.S. unemployment rate was 4.1% starting from October of 2017 until March of 2018. Over the past few months, there has been a small decline of unemployment rates to 3.7%, which has been the lowest since December of 1969. However, the jobless rates for blacks and Hispanics have showed little or no change, so the decline does not reflect the prosperity among minority groups. Immigrants who come here seeking for greater job opportunities are often forced into low-paying labor. Millions of undocumented immigrants work in fields picking American apples and grapes, constructing American buildings under terrible conditions, or taking care of American babies. These jobs often pay less than minimum wage, which does not provide enough financial support for their children's education that may lead to a stable job in the future. Oftentimes, when immigrants come seeking jobs, they sacrifice being separated from their families. Many times, families are torn apart by force, causing the children to have that trauma and fear of being isolated. The children are kept in horrible conditions and treated unfairly. Though rare, when families are allowed to reunite with each other, it is for a short amount of time. The Hugs Not Walls event gave families a chance to be together for 4 emotional minutes, some meeting new family members, while others meeting their parents working in another country to support them. However, once they close back the borders and are taken away from their families, they are left not knowing when they will ever see each other again. They return to the injustice of the U.S., striving to succeed. These people constantly keep their families in mind, giving them the motivation needed to keep pushing through these tough times. Immigrant workers play vital roles in the U.S. economy, but college-educated immigrants will have a greater net positive effect and bring justice for their families. An instance of good justice for immigration is the government giving them the right education to grant them opportunities that leads to a sustainable job.
Angelica Hernandez, the little girl who couldn't speak English, this week begins work on her master's degree at Stanford.
Gracias, Dios mío, por la comida que nos das hoy.
Hernandez graduated from Arizona State despite losing the scholarship twice because of Arizona laws restricting benefits for illegal immigrants.
Being undocumented, it's something that gives you so many different qualities and strengthens you because you learn to overcome so many things.
She represents the children of immigrants who have moved here for a better life. She shows the ability of adapting to a foreign country in order to overcome poverty. She has the motivation to keep striving towards where their family had intended to when they first emigrated to the U.S. The determination is seen in many young adults and children of immigrants. They strive for a good education, which can grant them skills and knowledge to benefit the economy, as they are the ones who make up the majority of the working class. It is difficult to see the good in a government without looking and understanding the decisions a bad government makes for social issues. Poverty is injustice, and the opposite of poverty is justice, which can be achieved one college degree at a time to create a balance that Lorenzetti's justice represents.